All right, guys, welcome back to Counsil Customs. I'm sure you can hear the rain outside. It's a pretty nasty week, but I'm just gonna have to keep pushing through it. I can't wait for the weather to get better. So what we're gonna work on now is repairing this front bed brace. Got a brand new one right here. I just set it on the bed just for so I knew where it was sitting, but I'm going to completely cut that one out of the truck, and we're going to get this one installed. So that's what I'm going to get working on right now, is working on how to get that cut out of there, cleaned up, so we can install this bed brace, and then put the bed on the truck, and the truck is done. Well, we just lost power. I'm gonna set up a light so that way if we lose power again, obviously the cutoff wheel is not gonna work, but the Sawzall can. So it looks like my best bet is gonna be to try to splice this thing in half, where I can have where it's just this back sheet metal hanging on, and then I can really get in there to it. I've got it split where you have, this was your front, there's your back, and I'm working on getting that cut all the way down along there real quick, and then we're going to come back and we'll find all the spot welds and cut those out of these so we can get the edge here taken off front and back, and then we'll clean all the way along here, and it'll be ready for the new one to be spot welded in. All right, so I got all of the brace cut out from under here, and then I came through and cut on each side of the little pieces and figured out that it only has spot welds on they're flip-flopped on where all the spot welds are. So I'm gonna come back with a flap disc, tiger disc, whatever, and I'm gonna grind all these down to get the spot welds out, and then I can come back and clean the area where this is going to be welded, and then we can hold the new brace up into place and figure out where each one of these are, and I can mark it out so that way I can drill it for the spot welds. So let me get the tiger disc in here, grind all this stuff, and get all this cleaned up so that way we can start figuring out where all of our holes are going to be drilled. All right, so I just held it up into place, went ahead and marked all along here on both sides, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and start drilling, and I'll jump around. I'll jump every other one because that's how it was originally, so that's how we're gonna put it back. So I'm gonna get the drill out and punch every other one, and then on the other side we'll do the opposite. All right, so there we go. Got the piece set into place, measured from this edge to here, 2.5. Got the same thing on that side, and it can't go back any further. This is how they built it for this box in the bed where the battery used to be, so that's where they had it set. So I slid it back to there, measured from this edge forward. You got 2.5. Came down here, same thing, this edge back 2.5. So it's exactly where it needs to be. Now I'm going to come down through here and buzz, 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 all the way down through this thing and get it locked into the truck. And then I can come back and touch it all up with some paint, and this piece will be ready to go back on the truck. All right, so we got the bed set back down on. We've got another job to go look at, potential similar to the same situation as this one. Vehicle needs some repairs. A buddy of ours, we're gonna go take a look at it. This truck, tomorrow, we're gonna finish getting the bed bolts in. Right now it's just set into place as closely as we could ballpark it in like a 5-minute period. But the bed's back down on the truck, and tomorrow we'll finish getting the bed bolts in, taillights in, and back bumper on and everything. So the truck will be officially a wrap. So we'll get back on this whole thing tomorrow. All right, so this morning I came up here, I got the bed fully bolted down. I went ahead and put the couple of things that were Chad's back in the back of the truck. So that's all ready for him. Chad went ahead and started working on the wiring. He came up here earlier before he went to work. Went ahead and got this wiring started. Basically just gonna make a whole new harness for the taillights because this stuff has all been butchered up. I mean, there's like exposed wires. So that way they could tie a knot for the license plate light. And I've got all of my old wiring from doing wiring harnesses in cars over the years. You end up with all the extra wiring on the end. So I've always just clipped it, thrown it in a box, thrown it in a box, thrown it in a box. So I've got plenty of it here to dig through and find out what we can use. So we're gonna get these taillights rewired on here. Once that's done, this little breather right here for the fuel tank is just gonna get zip tied up back behind the taillight over here while we're at it. And once all of this back here is done, I'll put the bumper on, tie in the light for the bumper, and the truck will be a wrap for this week. So let me get to it, get that stuff wrapped up, and we'll keep moving along. Well, that's going to be it for the 68 C10 project. So now that we've got all the suspension work done, we've got the cross member, the original problem that it came over for, taken care of. We've got the bumper and license plate light and tail lights and all that stuff rehooked. The next step is they're going to get another set of tires so that way these stop rubbing the fender wells, send it out to an alignment shop, get the alignment done, taken care of for it. And that's going to be it. And that's a wrap for the truck. Appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all. We got another project coming up. Stick around, see what we get into next.